We all know the two biggest dancehall artists in Ghana, Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale. They are both good at what they do. They have been able to take Ghana's music to the next level. But when someone asks, why do I prefer Shatta Wale, the king of African dancehall, over Stonebwoy? My principle is, you want to be out or you want to be inspired. Because I believe talent isn't everything. Talent alone can't grant you success or give you success. But attaching hard work and principle to your talent can take you far, will surely take you far. And this is something Shatta Wale is always proving and motivating me and inspiring me to push forward and reach for my full potential and even cross my own potential. Because there's more to me. My potential is not what I can do now. Shatta is always giving me that edge. It's always pushing me and motivating me and inspiring me to put in the work hard, add discipline to the talent. So this is the reason why, or the first reason, I prefer Shatta Wale over Stonebwoy. And when it comes to football, when it comes to sports, it's the same conversation for me. And you know, the two goats of this current generation when it comes to football, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo 7. And if you don't know, I'm a CR7 fan. I'm a CR7 fan. And this same principle applies when it comes to sports, when it comes to football. I want to be inspired. I'm pushing myself. Cristiano Ronaldo currently is 40 plus years, but he's still active more than some young players in even the EPL and the big football leagues around the world. Cristiano Ronaldo, a 41-year-old footballer, is active, physically active than some young players who are like 20 years, 21, 22, 25, who are in their prime. He's more active and he's even scoring more goals than most of these young chaps. And this inspires me very, very, very much. It tells me that there's more to me. My potential is not what I see now. I can still do more. The sky is too big. The sky is the limit. I can even go above the skies and reach to space or reach to the moons. This is the reason why I love Cristiano Ronaldo. This is the reason why I think he's the greatest of all time. He's phenomenal. He's spectacular on the pitch, on the field of play. He can score with the head, with the shoulders, with back kicks, with both right and left legs, with his chest. He's scoring free kicks, he's scoring penalties, he's scoring headers and all that. And whatever he does on the pitch, he worked for it. There's a level of discipline and raw hard work attached to the talent. See, when people say Messi is talented and Cristiano Ronaldo is not talented, but it's just hard work, it's a lie. Cristiano Ronaldo is also as talented as Messi, or even more talented than Messi. Haven't we seen his days in Manchester United, what he was doing in terms of dribbling, in terms of swerving people? Haven't we seen it? Cristiano Ronaldo is as much as talented as Lionel Messi. But on today's episode, we are not going to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. We are going to talk about Lionel Messi. The World Cup ended 2 or 3 weeks ago, and so far there have been some controversies about Argentina and Lionel Messi. Poor referee decisions or biased referee decisions for Argentina and Lionel Messi. And it is a conversation on the internet now where people are coming out with videos, coming out with proven evidences to back their claim that the 2026 World Cup that just ended was rigged for Lionel Messi to win. Just like the 2022 World Cup, which was also rigged for Lionel Messi to win. And I'm one of those people who believe in those conspiracy or theory. Yeah. And it's clear. It's not something that we are talking out of from our feelings or no. I know Lionel Messi is a good player. I regard him as one of the greatest of all time, right? But at the end, when it comes to our local, let's say, baby, I done the tour. One fan to a free tour. English translation, where the thing is, where the thing needs to be placed, you need to place it there rightly, else it's what it will fall. What can play a boy in 2026? And you may course times I see a show Messi and Argentina players and other Argentina team yellow cards or red cards near show, but other people near the show more. Messi to me be say yamo be yellow many pan yamo be red many pan red. Poor refereeing decisions and bad decisions. And on today's episode on Nii Amaah Reacts, we are going to react to a video by a Lionel Messi Glazer, who goes by the name, or his YouTube name is Pet Talk Sports. Pet Talk Sports. He's a Lionel Messi Glazer. When we say Glazer, you can't be a Glazer. Just say, odo nipa no am nipa no. Say nipa no, I don't know crap nya crap na. No, ogusu ye den air supporting fan fooling like being more of like negative negative fan, or like more of like a stand. That's it. I say, yeah, it's a Glazer like on the fan fooling so count. It's not from just pure love for the person, but fan fooling so yeah, they can hear a patch like a Glazer, send a patch. Oh, it's on today's episode of Nii Amaah React. We are going to react to a video by Pet Talk Sports, which it titles "How to Destroy a Football Legacy: The Hate Against Lionel Messi." Yeah, that's the title of his video. How to Destroy a Football Legacy: The Hate Against Lionel Messi. So join me if today is your first time coming across this content, find value in it. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can support by hitting the subscribe button, liking the video and sharing the video, and coming into the comment section so we vibe. So you can also share your own opinions. Let's jump right into today's video.
There is a quote in Batman that says you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That quote fits Messi perfectly. 4 years ago, the world
somehow it's true, but it also applies to Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Because I think at this point in Cristiano Ronaldo's career, people are like, he's too old, he should just retire. Like, people are hating on Cristiano Ronaldo just because he's old and still able to compete with young chaps. Yeah, people are just hating on Cristiano Ronaldo for just that. Even with his own national team mates, that's what is happening in there, right? We understand that Cristiano Ronaldo has his flaws, right? There are certain things that Cristiano Ronaldo does, or I've seen on the internet, or I've heard on the internet, from the internet, that I think it's not that cool. But somehow, somewhere, I understand where it comes from. An example is, there's this theory that anytime Cristiano Ronaldo plays a match with his teammates, no matter what the match is, whether La Liga or whatever, international or club level match that he plays, when he doesn't score, like when Cristiano Ronaldo do not score on that particular match, or in that particular match, he doesn't talk with anyone. It's like it's more of like he's angry with himself, not with his teammate, but he's more of like upset that why didn't I score, right? And people are like, well, you shouldn't be selfless like that. You shouldn't be selfish like that. You should think about the team. If the team is able to win the match, then you shouldn't be hungry. But I understand him. As I said earlier in the video, he's trying to push himself to the limits, right? He's always trying to push himself that he can do more. All the time he has to score, right? So when it comes to self-improvement or self-development, I understand where it's coming from. When it comes to group or collective development or improvement, I believe or I understand it's not a good trait for the group or for the team, right? Yeah, so
celebrated Messi's World Cup in Qatar with joy. The greatest player of all time finally achieved the one trophy that had eluded him. Fast forward, and he was public enemy number one. When the final whistle blew at MetLife Stadium, the camera showed a devastated Messi. In the space of just 4 years, football's favorite hero had somehow become one of its biggest villains. The same...
Bro. 2022 World Cup, most people didn't think Messi was a hero. I like... If you have to do a statistics, right? If you have to do a survey for the 2022 World Cup, whether Messi was a hero or whether most people believe Messi was a hero or a villain, in terms of him passing through dubious ways to win the 2022 World Cup, it will come out at almost 70% of the population, of the world's population, like football viewers population, that they didn't see Messi as a hero. They didn't think, or they don't think Messi won that 2022 World Cup square and fairly. No, no, and if you be honest with yourself, you agree with me, but because you're a Messi glazer, you are going to disagree with me.
Player who was once praised for his humility was now being called a sore loser. So what the hell happened? What's funny is that for years, one of the biggest criticisms Messi faced back home in Argentina was that he felt too European. Compared to Diego Maradona, Messi was seen as too quiet, too calm, and too respectful. He didn't really argue with refs, start confrontations, or embrace that win-at-all-cost mentality that many Argentinians associated with their greatest football icon. When matches became heated, Messi usually kept his head down and just let the football do the talking. Then came the 2022 World Cup. Under Lionel Scaloni, Argentina became a completely different team. Not only were they technically brilliant, they were emotionally charged, fiercely competitive, and
that particular match against the Netherlands, I think the player who kicked the ball into the Netherlands bench was shown a yellow card, but he wasn't shown a yellow card because of the tackle he did, which he should be shown a card for that, right? But he was rather showed a yellow card because of he kicking the ball into the Netherlands field, and this is what we have been talking about, the inconsistency with the refereeing decisions during the 2022 World Cups, the 2022 World Cup and the 2026 World Cup for Argentina and against their opponent, the inconsistency between refereeing decisions.
More than willing to get under their opponent's skin. For the first time in his career, Messi embraced that side of the game too. Nothing summed that up better than the quarterfinal against the Netherlands, the Battle of Lusail. It was one of the most chaotic World Cup matches ever played. Mateo Lahoz handed out a tournament record 18 yellow cards and 1 red as tensions boiled over from start to finish. Argentina fully embraced football's dark arts. You had Paredes starting a literal brawl after smashing the ball into the Dutch bench. Argentine players constantly tried to distract Dutch penalty takers during the shootout. Every foul, every challenge, every decision seemed to add even more fuel to the fire. Even Messi, who's usually so reserved, played a very different role. After scoring his penalty, he celebrated directly in front of the Netherlands bench by cupping his hands behind his ears towards Louis van Gaal, a clear response to comments the Dutch manager had made before the match. And the celebration actually goes even deeper. It was a response to the way Louis van Gaal treated one of Messi's idols, Riquelme, during their time at Barcelona. Then, of course, came the moment that everyone remembers. While giving a television interview after Argentina had won, Messi noticed Weghorst standing there. Looking directly at him, Messi interrupted his interview and delivered the now famous line, "Que mira, bobo."
Un poco caliente por el final. ¿Qué mira, bobo? ¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo. Anda para allá. Tranquilo, Leo.
The clip instantly went viral and
honestly speaking, this particular clip has gone viral. It's still like viral. Like, it's one of the funniest moments during the 2022 World Cup, and it's iconic. Honestly speaking, it's iconic. It's an iconic meme. Camera Bobo. What are you looking at? Go out from here.
and became one of the defining moments of the tournament. Because normally taunting an opponent on live television or provoking the opposition manager would attract criticism. But in 2022, the reaction was completely different. Most fans loved it. After years of being criticized for lacking passion compared to Maradona, people saw a different Messi. They saw someone willing to fight, stand up for himself and his teammates, and do absolutely everything possible to win the one trophy that had always escaped him. Because the world wanted to see his World Cup fairy tale completed, you could argue that much of Argentina's aggressive behavior was viewed through a very different lens. Instead of being condemned, it was often described as passion, determination, and the mentality needed to become champions. By the time the 2026 World Cup arrived in North America, though, everything had changed. On the pitch, Messi was still sensational. He led Argentina all the way back to another World Cup final, finishing the tournament with 8 goals and 4 assists. Individually, there was very little to criticize. But away from the statistics, the mood...
Honestly speaking, I think their first goal against England during the 2026 World Cup it's beautiful, it's nice. Like, the way Enzo banked the ball into the net from that distance, bro, it was beautiful, right? But the second goal is what I had a problem with, where he stepped on Spence's leg. I mean, Messi stepping on Spence's leg before crossing the ball to lateral and lateral heading the ball into the net. The ref should have gone to the VAR, right? The ref should have gone to the VAR, because even if it's not a foul, it should have still gone to the VAR. And one will say, well, the English players didn't also protest. They didn't call out, or they didn't call for a foul, right? So you can't blame the ref for that, right? It's understandable, but
surrounding Argentina had completely shifted. As they battled their way through another World Cup, frustration began to grow among rival fans, players, and even some managers. Every controversial reffing decision, every tactical foul, and every heated confrontation seemed to just add more fuel to the fire. To Argentina supporters, it was simply the mentality of champions doing whatever it took to defend their crown. To their critics, it was something very different. Many argued that Argentina benefited from the respect Messi commanded, that they received too much leniency from the refs, and that every 50-50 call went their way. The first major controversy happened in Argentina's first game against Algeria. Just over half an hour into the match, Messi lunged into a challenge on Algeria captain Issa Mandi. He missed the ball and his studs raked down on the back of Mandi's calf and Achilles. People felt he should have gotten a straight red card, but the Polish referee, Marciniak, saw it differently. He awarded only a free kick, showed no card, and VAR never sent him to...
So bro, Pet Talk Sports, you just be honest. We were expecting, or some of us wanted a straight red card for Messi, right? But the ref just gave a foul, a free kick, but I didn't award no card to Messi. You just be honest. Supposing it was a different player, would it be the same case, or would it be the same thing that happened? Or you shouldn't even think about, you shouldn't compare to any other thing. Just be honest. According to the refereeing decisions and like their rules and regulations in terms of like giving or awarding cards and all that, do you think this is a card, or this a guarantee foul for a card or not? You just be honest with us. Don't you think Messi should be awarded a card, if not a red card, a yellow? You just be honest with us, bro. We understand you're a Messi fan, you're a Messi glazer, but for the love of the game, you just be honest with us.
The monitor for a second look. Messi stayed on the pitch and he scored a hat-trick. At the time, the incident sparked a lot of debate, but it became an even bigger story 2 weeks later, because during the round of 32, the US striker, Balogun, was shown a straight red card against Bosnia for a studs-up challenge that many fans felt looked remarkably similar to the Messi incident.
You see the inconsistency we are talking about in terms of refereeing decisions in this 2026 World Cup, and they did the same thing in the 2022 World Cup. You see, you guys are witnessing for yourself. Same scenario, the same stepping behind the calves or glazing your stars on someone's back leg or whatever. Messi wasn't even awarded a yellow card, but someone was awarded a straight red card. So if Donald Trump comes out and goes like, I don't think that's a red card, you guys should just retract the card you guys awarded to my striker. You guys are saying Donald Trump is being authoritarian. Donald Trump is trying to change football, bro. For all you may know, Donald Trump have seen or watched the Argentina versus the Algeria's match, and you saw that Messi did the same. They didn't award him even a yellow card, but why would you award this striker a red card? But bro, for all you may know, Donald Trump saw that video and I was like, no, I'm not going to agree to this. I'm not going to sit down and watch for me to be cheated like this.
Almost instantly, social media was flooded with side-by-side clips comparing the two tackles. And the question everyone was asking was, why was Balogun sent off while Messi wasn't even booked? Whether the two incidents were truly identical or not, the comparison just quickly fueled the growing belief that football's biggest star was being judged by different standards. Now, what's interesting is that all tournament, the refs were actually quite consistent with their decision on these stamps. Alireza Jahanbakhsh had a way worse stamp on Trossard that caused the guy's calves to bleed, and it wasn't booked either. Hakimi stepped on Vini's ankle, and it wasn't even called a foul. The Balogun stamp that everybody was talking about, the red for that was rescinded. And even at the time, everybody said that it wasn't a red card in real time. So in many ways, the decision to not send Messi off was actually quite consistent with the way the tournament was refed, specifically when it came to those.
So you see what he's doing here? He are specifically going to what? Fish out things to back his dishonesty. That's what Pet Talk Sports is doing here. We are saying that. You are saying the referees were consistent. We are saying that, okay, it isn't the first time, it isn't the second time. So many times, like in that same match, Messi committed more fouls that he wasn't even booked. And I know in sports or in football specifically that you can foul someone, the referee is not going to award you any card. Right? You can foul someone for the first time. What the referee will just do is maybe warn you number one and warn you maybe number two, and then award you a card in the third foul or so. It's the ref has that power to do that, especially when the foul is not all that crazy or like intense like that, right? You can just commit a petty foul and the ref will choose to not to award you any card, right? He will just warn you maybe 1, 2, and even 3 before even award you a card, maybe a yellow in the 4th foul that you commit, right? And in that Algeria match, Messi committed more than 3 fouls in that match. Messi committed more fouls in that match, and that's particular he stepping on the calves of the Algerian striker, bro. That foul should have he should have been awarded the yellow card straight. If not a red card, he should have been awarded the yellow card.
Those type of incidents. But the controversies continued in the game versus Austria. Argentina booked their place in the knockout rounds with a hard-fought 2-0 win. But after the match, the biggest talking point was the build-up to Messi's opening goal. The Austrian manager, Ralf Rangnick, was furious. He argued that McAllister had fouled Schläger moments before the goal. The referee didn't see it as a foul in real time. And
so per Talk Sports, there's this saying that if a few people, like 1 or 2 or 3 people, are saying you're an evil person, you can go out. You can go ahead with your life and see that maybe they are just haters, right? But when it happens that most people or almost everybody is saying you're an evil person, then you should sit down and assess yourself and assess your lifestyle and see that is what these guys are saying, is it true? So I say this to say that supposing it was maybe only Algeria or maybe in Australia, or was it Australia or what, that were saying that they were cheated. Like the refs who officiated their matches weren't fair to them. They were biased against them, and they were biased for Argentina and Messi, right? Just these 2 teams, the Algeria and Australia. If suppose it was just these 2 teams, we all can say that, well, it's not true, or they are hating, or they are finding excuses because they didn't win. But this is a case where after your group stages, all the matches to the final, every other team complained that the referees weren't fair to them. And it was the same in the 2022 World Cup too. After your group stage matches, every other team complained that the referees were biased against them. So you guys, I think at this point, you guys should just sit down and assess that. Is it true? Like, because it's gonna happen that everybody is complaining or is accusing you guys of the same thing. It can't be just a coincidence that almost all your opponents are accusing you guys of committing the same crimes.
And he was never asked to go to VAR, leading people to feel again that Argentina were being ref differently. As Argentina battled their way through the knockout stages, the controversy only got louder. Let's look at the round of 16 against Egypt. Argentina found themselves 2-0 down and staring at one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history when Egypt thought they had scored a third. Mustafa Zico finished off a brilliant move, but after a lengthy VAR review, the goal was ruled out for a foul committed much earlier in the build-up. The decision immediately divided opinion.
So with this particular match, after Egypt scored the 3rd goal, and then I think Argentina players came to protest that the ref should go watch the VAR, and he did. He went to watch the VAR and came out and ruled out the goal that it wasn't the goal because the Egyptians have committed a foul in their box, right? In that same match, Argentina scored the goal, right? And then the Egyptian players came to the ref to go and look at the VAR. The same scenario. You just go watch the VAR and be sure that or conclude that, well, the decision you made by awarding them the goal, it's right. The ref didn't go to go look at the VAR. So you see the inconsistency we are talking about here. If you the ref, you believe whatever decision you did or you gave during the Argentina's goal, the Argentines goal was right. The players are just pleading. You just go watch the VAR because they think there's a problem somewhere. So you just go watch the VAR. You didn't go. Meanwhile, the same similar scenario. After the Egyptian goal, the Argentine players didn't have to protest enough or like more to be able to convince the ref to go look at the VAR. And he ran straight to the VAR to go look at it. So you see the inconsistency we are talking about here. You guys should just be honest with yourselves. This particular World Cup was rigged for Argentina to win, but unfortunately for them, they met a far better team than them in the finals. A far better team than them in the finals. Like they would have gone ahead to win the 2026 World Cup too. Just like how they won the 2022 World Cup, which was also rigged for them to win.
because not long after, Egypt felt they should have had a penalty when Mohamed Salah went down inside the box, but the ref waved play on. Egyptian fans felt that was the same incident as the foul on Lisandro Martinez. Argentina took full advantage of the situation and mounted a dramatic comeback to win 3-2, but the fallout was enormous. Egypt's Football Association released a strongly worded statement saying it could not remain silent over what it believed was biased refereeing, because on top of the Salah incident, they also pointed to a shirt pull from McAllister that was not called. Egypt's outrage after that match is what really began to sway public opinion. When you've got the manager and their own players coming out and saying that FIFA wants Argentina to win and the tournament is rigged, it's gonna make headline.
احنا اتصدمنا النهارده والناس كلها شايفه، يعني انا مش هتكلم في حاجه زي كده. كسبت 2-0 من بعد نتيجه 2-0 وكل حاجه ضدنا وكل حاجه عكسنا. انا مش عارف الجون الثاني دي اتلغى ليه اصلا، انا مش شايف له سبب، بس لازم هندور لها على حل عشان ما يجيش جون تاني. هو كان عايز يلغي تالت بس الحمد لله ربنا ما وفقوش.
So now many neutrals saw Egypt as the little guys that were screwed over by the big guys. Then the quarterfinal against Switzerland only added more fuel to the fire. With the match level at 1-1, Paredes was initially booked for a foul on Embolo. The decision was reviewed by VAR and it showed that Embolo had actually dove. Since he was already on a yellow, a second booking for simulation got him sent off. Argentina eventually won 3-1 after extra time, when before the incident it was 1-1. The Swiss manager, Murat Yakin, didn't hide his frustration afterwards. He said his team had been eliminated because of a decision that he described as completely unacceptable. So naturally, by the time...
So are you guys seeing the tangent where this is heading to? Just after their group stage match, they played with Algeria. I think the Algerian national team came out to accuse the Argentines and Lionel Messi and the referees of not being fair to them in that match. Australia did same, right? The Egyptians did same, and now the Swiss are also accusing Argentina of what, and then the referees of not being fair to them in their match against Argentina. So are you guys seeing the trajectory, the tangent where this is going to? And as I said earlier, supposing it was just 2 or 3 people or maybe one person who is just accusing of such crime, you can go ahead or you can debunk or counter argue that they are just hating or they are finding excuses, right, of them not winning. But in this case, all the teams after group stages matches are accusing you guys of the same crime. So where is the lie? Per Talk Sports, where is the lie?
Argentina reached the semifinals against England. Frustration from rival fans, casual fans, neutrals, it had all reached a boiling point. Well, Argentina won again, this time 2-1 thanks to a dramatic stoppage time header from place in the World Cup final. But once again, it wasn't just the football making the headlines. After the final whistle, several Argentine players celebrated by holding up a banner reading Las Malvinas son Argentinas, referring to the disputed Falkland Islands. The political message sparked another international controversy. Messi also had little interest in calming the situation. When asked about the growing criticism surrounding Argentina, he dismissed. And
I believe in FIFA's rules, during the World Cup or any other tournament, you are not supposed to come promote any political agenda or even any brand. You are not there to promote any brand apart from the brands who are in partnerships with FIFA during that tournament. So if we realize before or during the tournament, the FIFA World Cup tournament, some brands, right, there was this videos going viral where ketchups and even jeans, like jeans brands and all that, clothing brands and any other brand which were not in partnership with FIFA were not allowed, or they were covered. Their brand logo and things were covered, right, with tapes and all that. And those brands, specifically Levi's or Levi, that US jeans brand, took that as an advantage to do what? To roll out a whole marketing campaign, right? Yeah, with the stands that FIFA put, with what? Putting masking tape on their brand logo and all that. They also came out with a white coverage on their brand logo, which became a whole new marketing campaign rollout for them. Yeah. So what am I even saying? So yeah. So if it's in the rules strictly, and players or that team who does that, who comes out to promote or showcase any political agenda or thing, are to be punished. I'm asking this question: have Argentina been punished for what they did, for coming out to show that political war or thing that they have with, is it the English or the UK, where they are saying those islands belong to Argentina, not England. Have they been punished yet? I'm asking. I just want to know, because so far I haven't heard of any punishment against Argentina so far from FIFA. So far I haven't heard such a thing from them on the news or on the internet. So I'm asking, have they been punished yet? If not, then you should understand why we are saying this World Cup, or Argentina is a favorite for FIFA. Specifically, the president, the FIFA president, Infantino, whatever they call him.
Tested completely. To Argentina supporters, those comments reflected a team that had stopped caring about outside opinions. To everyone else, they reinforced the growing belief that the defending champions had fully embraced an us against the world mentality, one that only made them even more divisive as they marched towards another World Cup final. Because of all these incidents, when the World Cup final came, many people were praying for Messi and his team's downfall, and they got their wish. From the very first whistle, Spain's plan worked exactly as Luis de la Fuente had imagined. Rather than assigning one player to follow Messi everywhere, Spain defended collectively. Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, and Dani Olmo completely crowded the midfield, cutting off every passing lane and isolating Argentina's captain from the rest of his teammates. Messi simply couldn't get into the game. Across 120 minutes, he just managed 54 touches. He didn't have a single touch inside Spain's penalty area. Of course, it wasn't just Messi who struggled. Argentina barely threatened all night, becoming the first team in World Cup history to go the entire 90 minutes of a final without registering a single shot on target. As Spain tightened their grip on the game, frustration began to boil over. Unable to play through Spain's relentless control, Argentina just relied on tactical fouls, physical challenges, and trying to disrupt the rhythm of the match by being overly physical. But Spain refused to get dragged into this chaos. They stayed calm, kept the ball moving, and simply passed around Argentina's aggressive challenges. The longer the match went on, the more composed Spain looked, while Argentina became increasingly desperate. And that's when the Cucurella incident happened. As Argentina's players surrounded the referee protesting Enzo's red card, Spain's left back Marc Cucurella walked over towards the group, and the television replay showed
Desperate Messi. Desperate. A wolf in sheepskin. A wolf in sheepskin. Bro, that stance by Messi wasn't needed, bro. Honestly speaking, that stance by Messi trying to kick or trying to get Cucurella being booked a red card wasn't necessary. It wasn't needed. But I know Pep Talk Sports is going to still glaze, is going to find ways and means and support and defend the actions of Messi in what he did in that particular final.
Showed him briefly speaking to Lionel Messi while touching his fingers to his lip for a split second. Instead of calming the situation or checking on his teammate, Messi turned straight towards the ref and began demanding a red card. The reason was because of a brand new rule that FIFA introduced for the 2026 World Cup. It allowed referees to send players off if they deliberately covered their mouths with their hand or shirt during confrontation to hide offensive or discriminatory language. We saw Almiron be sent off versus Turkey for doing exactly that. For many people, that incident made Messi look desperate, like he was trying any tactic possible to gain an advantage. Since in that exact moment, Enzo Fernandez was sent off for a second yellow. In the game before, Rice covered his mouth to speak with Messi, and Messi didn't say anything to the ref. But now he was trying to get Cucurella sent off for a minor infraction. Now keep in mind this.
So, Pep Talk Sport, I'm waiting for you to defend Messi. I'm waiting for you to defend Messi. At this point, you're even like you're even more of like seconding what you are saying at your right, that Messi was desperate. Messi was finding ways and means to win this cup, and not through the right ways, like fairly or through good sportsmanship. He was finding bad sportsmanship to win the cup. You are seconding us. So I'm waiting for you to defend Messi now.
This wasn't the first time a player tried to rat someone out. In the Mexico versus Ecuador game, Jimenez immediately shouted at the ref when Hincapié began to speak to him with his mouth covered. But obviously, since Messi is the GOAT, the leader, he should be held to higher standards. To many neutral fans, it looked like Argentina's captain was trying to get an opponent sent off on a technicality rather than playing the game out. Now, I do have to add that some of the people complaining about what Messi did are a bit hypocritical, because if it was Cucurella doing this to Messi to get him sent off, they would have wanted Messi to get sent off. How do I know this? Because many people were asking Messi to get a red card versus Algeria, not just for the stamp, but because he was talking to his own teammate with his mouth covered. Anyways, with Argentina down to 10 men and completely exhausted after deadlock. But the final whistle didn't bring the drama to an end. It made his teammates away or calm the situation. Many people felt that Messi should be doing
Pep Talk Sports. I think after the game, when Spain won the World Cup or won the match, I want to ask you, just be honest with me and be honest with the football world. The standard the Argentine players put when Spain were lifting the trophy when the Argentine players turned their back against the Spain players when they were lifting the trophy? Do you think it was necessary? Do you think they have any moral grounds to stand on and do what they did? I want to ask one question. During that match, the Spanish players were cool with the Argentines. They didn't show any form of disrespect to the Argentine players. If you are honest with ourselves, the Spanish players were even respectful to the Argentine players and Messi upon all what they were doing against the Spanish players. They showed them respect and love on the pitch and good sportsmanship on the pitch. So do you think the Spanish players deserved the stance that the Argentine players pulled? When they were lifting the trophy and they turned their back against them. Do you think the Argentine players had any moral grounds? Maybe they thought the Spanish players won the World Cup through unfairly grounds or through unfairly ways and process to win the World Cup. You just be honest with us, because that's what particular standard they pulled. I don't understand. I think supporting Messi and Argentina won the World Cup, the Spanish players rather have that moral grounds to do that against Argentina, not the other way around. All the fuss you guys were committing, all the poor bad sportsmanship and grievous and dubious ways you guys were doing, crimes you guys were doing on the pitch and on the field, you guys have the audacity to turn your backs against the Spanish team for winning the World Cup. Shame on you guys. Shame on Messi and Argentina. Shame on you guys.
More as a leader to control the Argentinian players. There's a tendency to separate Messi from the rest of the team, to isolate him from the thug-like things that some of the Argentinians will do. Messi himself does it too. In the game versus Spain and in the game versus England, a lot of fights were breaking out between his teammates and the opposition, and he just kind of walked away from it and observed from afar. He's like, I'm too old for this nonsense. Now the thing is, Messi knows that this aggression and hostility from his teammates is what makes Argentina so good. So he's never going to come out and tell them to stop. And he has a...
Understandable. He knows that this whole hostility and all this aggression by his teammates push them or brings the passion in them. Find out the last match of the tournament you've lost. You can't just accept it and just be peaceful and just show proper sportsmanship. The last match of the tournament you've lost. What passion again do you need to what match again is it there for you that you need that passion towards or aggression towards to play with? What are you talking about? Pep Talk Sports, what are you talking about?
Power to do it, because you can see him telling Argentina players to be respectful with their celebrations in front of the Brazilians when they won the 2021 Copa America. Another example of an incident that Messi could do more as a leader happened 2 years ago. You see, after winning the 2024 Copa America, Enzo Fernandez and some of his Argentinian teammates sang a song that included racist and homophobic slurs about the French national team. Now, Enzo later came out and apologized for what he had done, but Messi himself, as the captain, never issued a public apology. While Messi was not on the team bus, nor did he sing the song, him staying silent publicly was seen as not a good look from the leader. Now the problem is that among the justified criticisms towards Messi, there is also a sea of fake news, out of context clips, and just flat out false narrative. Let's start with the claim that Messi is some Zionist. This picture that is spammed everywhere is from 2013, where he visited Israel with Barcelona as part of a peace tour. They also visited Palestine in the same tour, yet you won't see those photos circling around.
Bro, honestly speaking, I don't know where we are going with this again, with this whole glazing thing. Me, I'm one person, I don't prejudice, right? I don't think I haven't have any experience, like any close experience with Messi where I can conclude that he's a Zionist or a racist or he promotes or champions racism and all that. And honestly speaking, I haven't also seen anything of much proof or evidence or backing to stand on and conclude that Messi is indeed racist. Like on the internet, I'm talking about the internet. I haven't seen anything so far. Right, but even if that's the case and you are trying to defend Messi, but you are taking it to, I don't think it's needed, right? Let's continue to watch and let's see what he has to say, because I think
the tour was intended to spread the message of peace, but people are intentionally sharing just the pictures from Israel while ignoring those from Palestine. Not to mention that Messi was the face of UNICEF's efforts in Gaza. He was one of their ambassadors. Why would a Zionist share a post to his fans showing his support to the Palestinians?
So basically what he's saying that I don't remember the year, but at one point when Messi was in Barcelona, Messi was the face or the more of like the ambassador for UNICEF when UNICEF was doing a project or an initiative in the Palestine and Gaza, where they were promoting peace with the Israelites and all that. And people are coming out to call Messi a Zionist, that he hates the Islamic group of people, and he's a religious person who hates other religious groups and all that. Bro, this defensive piece that you are using to defend Messi doesn't even stand. As I said earlier, I don't believe Messi is a Zionist as people are saying, or Messi is a racist as people are saying. I don't prejudice, right? But it still doesn't even stand. It's not. I don't think this is a right or a substantial thing to use to defend or counter attack or counter the claims people are claiming about Messi, because we all believe that, or we all know that in most industries and factories and like organization bodies, right, when such things, when such initiatives come to this organization bodies or these teams, it's more of like they choose. It's not something like, it's not like the players are given the free will to present themselves or to go like, well, I want to be the face for so and so initiative. It's the team authorities who choose that, well, we want this particular player to lead this campaign or to be the face of this whole initiative that you guys are presenting to us. And there, it's up to that player or that individual to go like, I'll do it or not, right? So what I'm saying is, it's not like when UNICEF brought this whole initiative to Barcelona, the Barcelona team, and we were like, we want a face to champion this whole peaceful promotion between the Israelites and the Palestinians. And Messi was like, yeah, I'm going to Messi raised his hand, was like, yeah, I want to be the face, I want to champion this whole agenda. No, that's not the case. We all know for a fact that's not the case. Most of the times it's the authorities, the Barcelona team or whatever team authorities, they are the ones who are going to pick that this player come, you this player come, want you guys to lead this agenda. And it's up to those players to then say that I'll lead or not. So I don't know where you're taking this to, but let's listen to him. Oh, why isn't the audio coming?
Then you have all the rigged narratives that always follow Messi. They had been bubbling since the 2022 World Cup. Back then, you could argue that Messi had a sympathy buffer. For years, football fans had been so desperate to see him complete his career by winning the World Cup that they were so emotionally invested in the story that they were far more willing to overlook Argentina's gamesmanship, tactical fouls, and emotional outbursts. It wasn't seen as ugly, it was seen as passion. But because Messi had already won the World Cup, Argentina were no longer the underdogs chasing history. They were the defending champions trying to stay on top. So when they used the same tactics, people no longer saw determination. They saw arrogance. They saw players that were sore winners and sore losers. What had once been celebrated as a fighting spirit was suddenly described as entitlement and poor sportsmanship. Another reason Messi is hated now is due to something deeply rooted in Argentine football culture. There's a concept known as viveza criolla. It's the idea of being street smart, doing whatever it takes to gain an advantage. In Argentina, many fans see it as a part of the country's footballing identity. So while people call Argentinians cocky, cheaters, and dirty players, inside the country, that attitude is often celebrated. So when Messi tried to get Cucurella sent off, Argentinians probably loved it, but many neutrals felt he was trying to exploit the rule. He looked like someone willing to use every possible loophole to win. Now, what does all of this mean for Messi's legacy? To be honest with you guys, nothing. Maradona scored with his hand in 1986, then allegedly spiked the drinks of the Brazilians in 1990, yet he's still viewed as one of the greats today, still loved by millions. Beckham was hated by all of England after getting a stupid red card. Now he's one of their ambassadors. Zidane headbutted Materazzi on national TV in a World Cup final, costing his team the tournament, and he's still a global icon for football. Messi will be the same way. Sure, some might have turned their backs on him because of this World Cup, but people's opinion changes with the...
So then again, you agree to it that, yeah, it's true that Messi and Argentina had poor, bad sportsmanship during these two World Cups that they've participated in. I mean, the 2022 World Cup and the 2026 World Cup. They've been hostile, they've shown aggression and all that. That's not needed, that's not necessary for the game. They've shown traits of bad sportsmanship. You agree to it that they've done all this. So then why are you defending them? I think you should accept it. You should own it. That yeah, well, we did all what we have to do to win our matches. We have to do whatever we have to do to win our matches and all that. So, and rather not trying and saying that whatever we are saying about you guys is not the truth. It's not true. You should accept it. You should own it.
The win. Most people are sheep. They will follow whatever is the most popular narrative. Majority of this will be forgotten, new controversies will take over, and someone else will be public enemy number one. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you will love this one too. Check it out right here.
Thank you, Pet Talk Sports. I like your breakdown and your analysis on football and the world of football. I like what you do on the internet, on YouTube, and I'll be coming to your channel to come react to most of your videos because I have been following you for some time now, and I think you are good at what you do. But my only problem is you glaze Messi too much. Yeah, you are one of the biggest Messi glazers, and your glazing is turning into is going in the wrong direction. Honestly speaking, you are negatively glazing Messi too much. I go by the name Nii Amaah, and this is Nii Amaah Reacts. If today is your first time coming across this content and you find value with it, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like and share the video so you get back-to-back content just like this. You know what we do on this program. It's me reacting to things of interest. It can be sports, can be entertainment, can be news, can be anything, right? So you can come into the comment section and come suggest to me what I should react to, right? It could be anything. You just let me know what I should react to, and I'm going to surely react to it when it's what it tickles or it sparks my interest. What must I say? So hope to catch you on the next episode. I'm out.